making $750 million and you're 49, you're broke?
Money Mayweather has money problems. He owes the IRS, he owes car dealers, he's pawning jewelry. A guy who's made hundreds of millions of dollars in his career is somehow running out of money. And now he's suing everyone, claiming he's owed money.
You know, if you're living that life where you're just wearing diamonds everywhere and you're buying crazy watches and, you know, Floyd does these things. You're seeing when he'll go into a hotel room when he's traveling and he talks about like the watches that he brought. And so he opens up suitcases with millions of dollars in watches.
But then I say, fuck it. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs 18 million.
Oh, Jesus.
Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do for you motherfucking haters today? I'm going to go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made all motherfucking day.
All the stuff that's going on with Floyd?
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand how someone makes that much money and doesn't pay taxes or whatever.
Yeah, well, I could tell you how. You run out of money.
Yeah.
You know, you spend so much money on things.
Just Google Floyd's name and the IRS. All the news is out there. He owes jewelers money. There's back paid rent for real estate in New York. It's clear that he is now part of the no money team, which is very ironic.
He owes people lots of money. The IRS just leaned on him again, Fat Joe style, leaned back on him.
And can I say this to the person that's in my DM and say, Rose, you better make better moves and end up like Mayweather. First and foremost, do you actually believe Floyd Mayweather is broke? Do you? Do you? Let me make this clear right now.
Man, 50 Cent, you're on a raft.
On the raft.
In the middle of the ocean.
Uh-huh.
You look in the ocean, you see two people. You can only pull up one. All right? You look in the ocean, you see Game, and you see Mayweather. Who do you pull up?
No.
And who do you leave in the ocean?
I pull Floyd up still.
I heard that.
Yeah, he's still... Biggie still is my bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just... He just did some crazy. Just went crazy.
Lately, Floyd Mayweather has found himself at the center of a rough chapter, and you won't believe how quickly the conversation has exploded across social media with non-stop rumors about his finances. One of the loudest voices to weigh in was Rick Ross, a man who has known Floyd for years and has never made a secret of the respect and admiration he has always had for the boxing legend.
I said this a few times in my DM. Do I believe Mayweather broke? No. No. Please don't listen to the rumors. Lil' bro is worth way more money than you can imagine. Any of your articles, whatever they coming with. That's Ricky. You know, I'm popping money shit, so y'all got a few questions of other people too, but I'm just saying, y'all should stop the nonsense. Big homie got, and not only that, how much paper Mayweather done made, it's how much more money he gon' get. He gon' get. He is still the face of boxing. Talk about it.
Their friendship stretches back many years, so it caught almost no one off guard when Rick Ross stepped forward after reports began circulating that Floyd had supposedly lost a massive amount of money and was dealing with serious financial trouble. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has kept firing public jabs at Mayweather, refusing to let their long-running feud fade away and giving fans yet another reason to keep the online debate burning.
I think it got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
Yeah, it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub, because you need that action, right?
That's exactly why Rick Ross's remarks grabbed so much attention, because everyone already understands the complicated history connecting these three names. Ross and 50 Cent have spent years on opposite sides, while Floyd has remained one of 50 Cent's favorite targets whenever a fresh rumor starts dominating the headlines. With all of that history in the background, plenty of people expected Ross to stand by his longtime friend instead of adding fuel to the criticism. And that's precisely how everything unfolded.
Floyd Mayweather not broke because Ricky Rose would give and put $50 million up to Floyd Mayweather, $50 million up to Gervonta Davis, aka Tank, and I would book the Hard Rock Stadium myself. If Mayweather needed that 50, we can make that happen today.
Instead of joining the pile-on, Rick Ross made it clear that in his view, Floyd Mayweather has earned lasting respect for everything he accomplished throughout his legendary career. Ross emphasized that Floyd's success wasn't built overnight because every dollar he made came from years of relentless dedication, strict discipline, and non-stop hard work that began when he was nothing more than a young athlete determined to turn his dream into reality.
I got another question, said Rose. How hard you gotta go to get that type of money? First of all, what type of money are you talking about? If you talking about that Mayweather type of money, that's you start training for at 4 years old. That's why Mayweather deserved to go out and party, because dog ain't get no birthday parties. Christmas Eve, dog was doing 3-a-days. Them old had dog doing uppercuts, 3,000 at a time. Yeah, so what type of money you talking about? You want the 40 feet palm trees behind you? You gotta get up and go hard.
Ross believes far too many people forget the incredible sacrifices required to reach that level of success before they start judging someone based on flashy headlines or social media gossip. Even with endless speculation spreading online, he chose to keep the spotlight on Floyd Mayweather's remarkable accomplishments instead of echoing every rumor making the rounds across the internet.
Living that life where you're just wearing diamonds everywhere and you're buying crazy watches. And, Floyd does these things. You're seeing when he'll go into a hotel room when he's traveling and he talks about like the watches that he brought. And so he opens up suitcases with millions of dollars in watches. He just opens suitcase. You ever seen these?
No.
Find them because they're kind of hilarious.
Because he's just trying to figure out which one he wants to wear. He brings them all with him.
Yeah, it's just showing off.
I gave the sport a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. So, I'm very, very thankful for the support from people from all around the world, people from all walks of life. And, I like going out and having fun. Boxing has been good to me. The fans have been good to me. And I love going out displaying my skills and putting on a show for the people. I'm in great shape. I work out every day. And I really never took any abuse in the sport of boxing. So just by being smart, being intelligent, being a very defensive fighter and being a calculated fighter, I'm able to still compete at this age.
He essentially reminded everyone that Floyd Mayweather built one of the greatest careers in boxing through relentless determination, unwavering discipline, and years of consistent effort. And in Ross's eyes, that legacy deserves respect, regardless of whatever people are saying or speculating about today.
I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand how someone makes that much money and doesn't pay taxes or whatever.
Yeah, well, I could tell you how. You run out of money.
Yeah.
You spend so much money on things.
Do you think he has a business manager?
Maybe he wasn't looking out for his best interest.
I mean, you gotta put somebody in charge of that amount of money.
You would think $750 million would last you a while.
Yeah.
He's not even 50.
You give one guy 5%.
How old is Floyd now?
I mean,
yeah, put some away.
God.
But the thing is, it's like that lifestyle. His lifestyle was all about showing you his wealth. His lifestyle. He's 49. Imagine making $750 million and you're 49, you're broke.
Oh, God.
This latest controversy has also opened another chapter in the long-running tension between Rick Ross and 50 Cent. Every major story involving Floyd Mayweather seems to pull their old rivalry back into the spotlight, leaving fans watching closely to see who will respond next. But Ross made his stance crystal clear by standing behind someone he has respected for years instead of following the crowd or feeding the online drama.
We've been friends since 2002. There was a point where I'm looking at things and I'm going, yo, we kind of got the wrong message point. Because we're saying we got all the money in the world, we're gonna burn it, we're gonna get it again. So what? When you say change it, he goes, nah, you do that, Fa. He said something to me one time, very simple. He said, what a prize fighter fight for? And I'm like, and he said, the prize. Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch it for the opportunity to see him lose.
Right.
Because they don't like him.
The arena have just shown Floyd Mayweather, and they begin to boo immediately.
They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no, like the people's champ, like Ali was standing for the same things.
Right.
The audience was standing for. You know, he doesn't have any of that. It's just money.
I take 30 watches with me.
Whether people agree with Rick Ross or not, his remarks have poured even more fuel onto a conversation that was already dominating headlines. And judging by the ongoing back and forth between these well-known figures, this rivalry doesn't appear to be losing momentum anytime soon. The way this story is framed is incredibly important because there's a major difference between claiming someone is completely broke and suggesting they may have made costly financial decisions.
Me and Floyd, when they were visibly able to see our relationship. Because Floyd, we've been friends since 2002. He traveled to Puerto Rico, Make Sure Power Summit, to be out there while I was doing my thing. Was already a big fan of mine and support me. You know what I'm saying? So it just was so much success that in both two different directions that they didn't see it until later.
The claims being debated aren't that Floyd Mayweather has run out of money, but rather that he may have lost a substantial amount because of financial decisions that didn't unfold the way he had originally expected.
Down a little bit, and then we got a chance to hang out with each other. But there was a point where I'm looking at things and I'm going, yo, we kind of got the wrong messaging point. Because we're saying we got all the money in the world, we're gonna burn it, we're gonna get it again, so what? And they're repeatedly watching us do this. And we're in the middle of a recession at the time. But his numbers were going up.
That distinction is important. Looking back, that difference is a major detail that shouldn't be overlooked. Looking back at their history, some fans have brought up past conversations between Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent, suggesting that things might have played out another way if the two had managed to remain on the same side.
Floyd knows he doesn't want to be alone. So in that situation, like, I was concerned about him because, like, I went to visit him more than anyone else that he would call a friend would actually visit him. And it's because I knew that he, like this, he'll buy stuff for you to keep you around. His temperament, there's no balance. Like, he can do anything and they still stay there because it's like they're waiting.
Yes, man. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on where, you know, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you're already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over 2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point.
Years ago, 50 Cent repeatedly talked about the importance of putting money into long-term business moves rather than only showcasing luxury cars, expensive jewelry, and piles of cash on social media. He promoted the idea of building real wealth that could support future generations instead of constantly needing to prove success through flashy displays. Interestingly, creating generational wealth was also something Floyd Mayweather often talked about throughout his career. However, based on the stories that have circulated over time, the two reportedly had different opinions about the best way to turn that goal into reality. Eventually, their friendship broke down, and what once appeared to be a powerful alliance transformed into one of the most discussed rivalries in entertainment. Looking back today, some fans believe those old disagreements hit differently because of everything that has unfolded since then. Another reason this topic continues attracting attention is because Floyd himself has never avoided speaking about other people's financial situations. Throughout the years, he has made jokes and thrown playful jabs at opponents and rivals whenever they faced tough moments.
He's got 2 suitcases filled with diamond-encrusted Patek Philippe's and, you know, the most high-end of watches. Look at this.
Always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me.
Look at this, dude.
But you know what? You know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches.
One example that fans still mention today is the situation involving Adrian Broner, who was dealing with financial struggles at the time, when Floyd jokingly said that AB stood for always broke.
I'm still trying to find out what AB stands for. Always broke? I mean, that's what I thought AB stands for. I think the last year, Ben Leonard made more money than Adrian Broner. You know, he gave himself a 10-figure name, about billion. We know he ain't never seen 8 figures or 9 figures. He's barely seen 7 figures.
Moments like that have remained in people's minds, which is why some now believe the attention has shifted back onto Floyd himself. However, his supporters argue that online rumors and speculation don't always reveal the complete reality behind someone's financial situation. Floyd has always proudly presented himself as a prize fighter, a person who built his fortune by earning enormous paydays in the ring through years of sacrifice, discipline, and dedication. After stepping away from boxing, though, critics began questioning whether his approach to public appearances had changed, with some claiming he became more selective and allegedly avoided certain platforms or camera opportunities unless there was money involved. Whether those accusations are completely true or simply another example of internet speculation remains a topic of debate, but they have definitely become part of the larger conversation surrounding his public image. As more voices continue sharing opinions online, the discussion around Floyd's financial choices and his long-running rivalry with 50 Cent continues attracting even more attention.
I was friends, y'all was like billionaire brothers and shit like that.
I mean, the thing is this. I'm speaking from the heart.
Yes.
I just never understood where all this came from. 50 be at my house every day. This man sleep at my house. We go to the boxing gym. We kick it. We hang out. We cool. I come home. I went away on a little vacation. I come home, and then when I was on my vacation, I got the newspaper. I seen that it said that he started the TMT promotions. And when I came home, I guess he wanted to become 50-50 part, 50-50, in the boxing business.
Joe Rogan has become one of the most recognizable voices discussing the financial struggles that can impact professional fighters throughout their careers, and Floyd Mayweather has frequently found himself mentioned as part of that larger conversation.
Then I say, fuck it. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs $18 million.
Oh, Jesus.
Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do for you motherfucking haters today? I'm going to go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made all motherfucking day. You know what's crazy?
That's the problem. So that you can only do for so long.
Yeah.
So if you have one $18 million watch, like, okay, let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. You wanted to get it, you got it. You have $750 million. You have one $18 million watch. You can't have 18 watch.
For years, Rogan has highlighted how many athletes can make unbelievable amounts of money during their careers, yet still face difficulties managing and preserving that wealth once their competitive days come to an end.
That costs millions of dollars. Like, because you're going to need more, you're going to keep wanting to buy more, you're going to run out of money. How many Rolls Royces do you have? Okay, each one of those is $500,000. You have 4 or 5 of them? How many Ferraris? You got 10 Ferraris. Okay, what? Some of those Ferraris are almost $1 million. You have 10 almost $1 million cars. Okay, so just in watches and cars alone, we're looking at 50, 60 million. Okay, and then you have to make 120 plus to actually have 60.
So, when recent rumors and reports about Floyd Mayweather's financial situation began dominating conversations, Rogan didn't appear completely surprised by the topic. During a recent discussion, he talked about the dangers that can come with huge earnings, expensive lifestyles, and the need for reliable people handling financial decisions behind the scenes. Those remarks quickly grabbed fans' attention because they matched up with the stories and speculation that have been spreading across the internet for quite some time.
Legend Floyd Mayweather could be in a world of trouble for allegedly writing a bad check for a $200,000 luxury Audemars Piguet watch.
Legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. is facing another lawsuit, this time from a high-end Miami jeweler claiming he owes $1.375 million for luxury watches and chains. According to court filings, Mayweather allegedly purchased 27 watches and 15 chains, totaling $1.675 million from AJ's Jewelry last August, but paid just $300,000. 5 checks reportedly bounced. The lawsuit follows other recent legal issues, including a New York claim alleging he owes $330,000 in unpaid rent on a Manhattan penthouse, along with a separate federal case in South Florida involving a reported $4 million jewelry dispute. The 50-0 former champion is scheduled to return to the ring in September for a
Whether every claim being discussed is accurate or not, the situation has created a massive debate about how even the highest-paid athletes in the world can face major financial challenges if investments, business moves, or money management decisions don't go the way they planned. That's why many people have gone back and revisited Rogan's previous comments, with some fans arguing that he had been pointing out these risks long before this conversation became a major topic.
Easy. But Tyson talks openly about how he spent hundreds of millions of dollars, just went through it.
Another major part of the According to publicly discussed reports, Floyd Mayweather has taken legal action involving individuals connected to handling his finances, attempting to recover money he believes may have been mismanaged or not properly accounted for. Some reports have claimed that the amounts involved could reach into the hundreds of millions of dollars, adding even more intensity to the situation. At the same time, Floyd's personal spending habits have faced criticism for years, especially regarding his taste for extravagant luxury purchases. His famous jewelry collection has become a major talking point, with several high-profile jewelers reacting to videos that showcase some of the most expensive pieces he owns.
You can't be the CEO of a company and a manager. That's a conflict of interest. That's no different from me. I can't be the CEO of Mayweather Promotions and be a fighter. That's a conflict of interest. So my thing is, with or without Mayweather Promotions, or with or without Premier Boxing Championship, we're going to be okay. And a lot of times fighters say, oh yeah, I'm with Al Heyman, but I'm not with Floyd Mayweather. Well, you know, if everybody knows, Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather is one.
One purchase that continues to draw attention is a watch reportedly valued at around $20 million, with critics arguing that an item that rare could be difficult to resell because finding another buyer willing to pay the same massive price would be extremely challenging. Supporters, on the other hand, believe luxury collectibles are often purchased for personal enjoyment and status rather than as traditional investments.
With legal disputes, expensive purchases, and non-stop online speculation all happening at the same time, Floyd's financial situation continues to attract major interest from fans and commentators everywhere. From the outside looking in, it seemed like Floyd Mayweather was generating so much money that his fortune could never disappear. During the peak years of his boxing career, he earned massive fight purses, with some events reportedly generating more than $100 million before taxes and additional expenses were taken into account.
That's a good one. That's my new one. You ain't off. You ain't off.
Okay, John.
1.3 kilo.
But we got two of them. See, we got another one right here.
Two of them.
And a buddy of mine bought this one.
You right.
I got you.
Yeah, why? Yes, sir.
You gotta tip your pilots. Now today, I gotta tip my pilots $1,000 a piece because it was kind of rough.
When that level of income keeps pouring in, it can make people believe the money will never stop coming. According to the claims being discussed, a large part of the financial management behind those earnings was handled by individuals responsible for overseeing different areas of his business operations. While Floyd focused on dominating inside the boxing ring, those record-setting paychecks continued to arrive, making his lifestyle appear completely sustainable with little reason to make major changes. However, making a massive fortune and successfully maintaining that wealth for decades are two completely different challenges. That's a point many financial experts have emphasized when discussing athletes who experience sudden fame and fortune, especially in sports where careers can end much earlier than people expect. Much of the conversation around Floyd has focused on whether his long-term financial strategy was able to match the unbelievable amount of money he generated during his prime years. One detail that often gets ignored is just how expensive it can be to maintain a billionaire-level lifestyle even after the biggest earnings begin to slow down. Even after taxes are handled and money is sitting in the bank, every luxury purchase can continue creating additional expenses. Huge mansions require constant maintenance, security, insurance, repairs, and staff to keep everything operating. A collection of luxury cars isn't simply about purchasing the vehicles, because they also require expensive storage, maintenance, transportation, servicing, and constant attention to keep them in perfect condition. The same reality applies to private collections, rare jewelry, and other high-end assets that continue creating expenses year after year. Critics argue that these hidden costs can build up much faster than most people realize, especially when a person's income eventually begins to slow down. Floyd's boxing earnings were historic by any measure, and only a small number of athletes have ever reached that kind of financial success. Still, the larger conversation reveals an important lesson that applies to anyone who has built significant wealth. Making enormous amounts of money is only one piece of the puzzle. Protecting and managing those resources over the long term can be just as important, and that is exactly why the debate surrounding Floyd's finances continues to attract so much attention throughout the sports world. Before the public arguments, social media battles, and constant headlines, Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent were actually extremely close friends. They spent years showing up together at events, supporting each other's projects, and celebrating their success side by side. At one point, their bond looked nearly unbreakable, with many fans believing their partnership would continue for a lifetime. They frequently discussed business, wealth, and creating bigger opportunities beyond boxing and music. However, that strong friendship slowly started to collapse as reported disagreements began growing behind the scenes. What started as private differences eventually turned into a very public feud, with both men exchanging shots through interviews, social media, and public statements. Over the years, 50 Cent repeatedly challenged Floyd's financial decisions, while Floyd responded in his own way, transforming their personal issues into one of entertainment's most talked-about rivalries. Even after all this time, every new headline involving either man brings those old arguments back, with fans comparing their past statements to what is happening today. Their history gives every new comment extra weight, because people still remember how close these two once were before everything changed. Rick Ross also became a major part of this story because of his own long-running rivalry with 50 Cent.
Yeah. Turn it down, turn it down. What's up? What up, champ? How you doing, bro? Aiden, nice to meet you.
Yeah, but they streaming, but I gotta own my footage.
Turn it
You can't film me for free.
Just don't film it, don't film it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Who company is?
My company.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, my check.
He did not rock with me at all, bro. At all. He did not fuck with me at all, bro. He didn't look at me. He just went like that. It's cool, bro.
Said he did or didn't?
No, he did not rock with me at all. He did not fuck with me at all. It's all good. Chat, meet your idols. What happens, bro?
Curtis. You're so infatuated with my
While Rick
lifestyle.
Ross and 50 Cent have exchanged public shots for years, Ross has consistently shown support for Floyd Mayweather and defended the achievements he built inside the boxing world. Whenever new rumors about Floyd's finances begin spreading, Ross is often quick to remind people that Mayweather's fortune came from years of dedication, discipline, and unforgettable performances rather than overnight success. On the other side, 50 Cent continues to argue that better long-term financial choices could have avoided many of the questions people are discussing today. That difference in viewpoint has kept all three names connected for years, even when the conversations around them involve completely different subjects. Any interview, podcast moment, or social media post involving one of them can quickly bring the other two back into the spotlight, creating another wave of debate among fans. Whether people support Ross's perspective, agree with 50 Cent's criticism, or simply respect Floyd's legendary boxing career, one thing remains clear. The complicated friendship, the dramatic fallout, and the years of public exchanges between these three figures have become almost as recognizable as their individual careers, making every new development impossible for the internet to ignore. In many ways, the story comes full circle, with Rick Ross sharing his thoughts on Floyd Mayweather's situation. Ross has previously talked about learning important financial lessons from boxing icon Evander Holyfield, whose famous mansion eventually had to be sold after years of expensive maintenance and ownership costs. Ross later purchased that same property and explained that watching Holyfield's experience showed him how quickly a fortune can change when money is not managed properly. Because of that experience, Ross believes there are valuable lessons hidden in the financial journeys of successful athletes, regardless of how much money they earned at their peak. That is also why many fans believe his opinion on Floyd carries additional meaning. Instead of celebrating rumors or adding more negativity, Ross has continued highlighting the hard work Mayweather invested into building his career, while also acknowledging that managing massive wealth comes with challenges most people never experience. The conversation is not only about how much money someone made, but also about how difficult it can be to protect that success over time, when businesses, investments, luxury spending, and financial advisors all become part of the equation. At the end of the day, saying Floyd Mayweather is completely broke goes far beyond what has actually been confirmed, and separating internet rumors from verified information remains extremely important. What has been publicly discussed is that he has reportedly dealt with financial disputes, legal battles, and questions surrounding how certain parts of his wealth were handled in recent years.